If you could travel to the time before COVID happened, what would you do differently?
Amazing. Thank you very much, Jim. The question that was asked is, if I could travel back to the time before COVID happened, what would I do differently or tell myself back then if I knew what's going to happen? Now, I had a bit of advance warning of COVID because I always follow the news very closely, and around December there was quite a few articles coming out of China talking about a very strange pneumonia that was starting to spread. So I was keeping my eye on it, and I noticed that it was getting more and more important, especially in China, and no one was talking about it in North America yet. And my parents had no clue about it. They just read the newspapers. But I do follow Twitter very closely, and I have a very interesting, diverse source of people that I follow to know what's happening. So I kind of knew that something was going to happen. I kept following it. It kept getting worse. And then around January, I had a friend who told me she follows this doctor in a European blogger or something who's a doctor, was posting all these very interesting studies and articles what they learned about COVID. And she told me in January that you should start stocking up your supplies and fridge and food for what's going to happen because she thought that it was going to be a total societal collapse. But it didn't get that bad. We just lost toilet paper for a few weeks or even a few months, but it got back to normal in terms of the stores. I think if I had known a bit earlier, I would have told my family to get prepared, buy your toilet paper so you don't have to run to the store to buy it. I would have maybe bought a mask earlier. The only mask I got was the one that SAP sent me for free, and I didn't know where to buy one before that, and I probably would have tried to look for one earlier. And I think other than that, how it developed was fairly okay for me, working from home, and I'm just hoping that we'll get back to post-COVID world at some point, and everyone can be vaccinated or the threat can be eliminated, so we can go back to enjoying more company of each other in person.
Thank you, Jeff. So your story reminds me of the video about how Bill Gates predicted the pandemic.